Before start this video, please subscribe my channel and click on bell icon. Thanks.
Although the idea of an arranged marriage today would likely make most of our heads spin, back in the day, royals were expected to participate in arranged weddings. Despite that, not all these weddings were loveless affairs. Here are 10 arranged royal weddings that led to the newlyweds falling madly in love. Related, 10 Cases of Posthumous Marriage. 10 King Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. The happy but strange marriage of Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. Most of us are used to hearing about King Henry VIII, but unlike his predecessor, he wasn't known for successful marriages. On the other hand, King Henry VII had a far more lucky love life. In January 1486, the young King Henry VII married Elizabeth of York to unite the two houses of York and Lancaster, you know, the ones of the Wars of the Roses fame. However, without having actually met his bride, Henry VII wasn't convinced that the union was such a good idea. Worried that Elizabeth might claim the throne as rightfully hers, he ensured he was crowned king before the marriage took place. Despite Henry VII's worries, everything seems to have changed once he actually met his bride-to-be. Considered to be a beauty, Elizabeth of York eventually wound up winning the heart of Henry VII. Today, tales exist of the two exchanging small gifts throughout their marriage, and it seems they wound up living out a happily ever after. 1. 9. Ivan the Terrible and Anastasia Romanova. The terrible truth about Ivan the Terrible. Ivan the Terrible is usually associated with war and doom, but he's also caught up in an interesting love story. Ivan the Terrible, or Ivan IV, was the first official Tsar of Russia, and in order to secure his right to the throne, he married Anastasia Romanova in 1547. Like many other royal marriages, the wedding was a political one, hoping to link two powerful Russian dynasties, the Rurikid and the Romanov, together. Despite the politics behind the marriage, however, it seems that Ivan IV quickly fell head over heels for his new bride. In fact, according to a number of sources, Anastasia was a positive influence on the ruthless tsar. The trouble is, once she died, she left her husband brokenhearted. Ivan IV became convinced that his bride had been poisoned and launched into a killing frenzy in an attempt to put down any treasonous traitors in his lands. Perhaps if Anastasia hadn't died young, Ivan IV wouldn't have been so terrible. 2. 8. King George V and Queen Mary. King George and Queen Mary, the First Windsors. Part 1. Mary was the goddaughter of Queen Victoria, while George was the son of the Prince of Wales. Mary's favor with her godmother is what ultimately led these two royals to become betrothed. In 1891, Queen Victoria selected Prince Albert, George's older brother, as a fine marriage candidate for Mary. However, their engagement didn't last long, as Prince Albert died of influenza just a few weeks before they were set to wed. That didn't put off Mary's godmother, however. Queen Victoria noticed that Albert's brother, George, had taken a liking to Mary. She approved of the match, and just 1 year after Albert's death, Mary and George were married. It seems that while the Queen had selected the match for its strong connections to the throne and the royal bloodline, Mary and George went on to have a successful marriage. In fact, it was such a successful marriage that it made newspapers as being an exemplar of marriage to the nation. When his father, Edward VII, passed in 1910, George was crowned George V and reigned until 1936. 3. 7 King Edward I and Eleanor of Castille. The story of King Edward I and Eleanor of Castille, eldest son of Henry III. King Edward I was the son of King Henry III and was well known for his battles against the Scottish and Welsh. However, long before Edward would go on to win any battles, his parents began scheming who he would marry in order to secure the royal lineage. In 1254, his parents selected Eleanor of Castille in order to secure an alliance between England and Castile and ensure France didn't invade them. Although the marriage was for political reasons, it quickly became evident that the pair was deeply in love. In fact, the couple was said to be inseparable until Eleanor died in 1290. During their marriage, however, the happy couple had 11 daughters and 4 sons, leaving a successful heir to the throne. Thanks for watching. Credits to listverse.com. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.